Hell Valley. Oh dear. Made by Virgin Twig King, deflowered by Arcor. That was something.
By Arcor.
Excuse me?
Alrighty, mission maker, can I get a brief?
Attacking the hill, there's 3 sectors, non-sequential. There's bunkers or houses. Gotta clear them out and take them. Hill is scattered with bunkers and defenses marked on map. Besides that,
I've got no comment.
BLUFOR has 2 M2 MRAPs that are vanilla style, but the turrets are not vanilla, and 2 M240s. Besides that, transport. And defense has
2. There's only 1 written on the roster.
50 cal trucks.
No, what's that? Don't worry. He's sobered up. I had a long chat with him about that. Hopefully he won't ear rape the channel again. Thank God. Yeah, had me set up noise gates. Otherwise that would have been painful.
Non-sequential.
Nice. No questions.
All right, jumping up a channel here. Not seeing any more multis. It's a bit smaller on the multi, but that means you've got more streams you can focus on at once. Round 1 for NAFNF has begun, and it is quite a foggy one. Can't even page up here. I'm gonna go ahead, tab out, and change my name back to Liru, because I always rename myself to advertise that they can give me their URLs and things are fine. But here we are, OPFOR spawning in, right under our camera here. He said it was non-sequential. Okay, no, all of those sectors are highlighted. Gotcha. And they're square sectors instead of circle, interesting enough. OPFOR is mainly a Russian-based group, 545 weaponry. Marksman is a 10-round SVD, that makes sense. PKPs, RPG-32, yep, nothing truly special. The bald CSAT guys just means, you know, people are still loading in the server and getting their kits. No desync is always nice to see. We've got 2 transport trucks, 2 armed UAZs with some DshKs, and then somewhere around here there are 4 HE Statics. I have no idea where they are though. I don't see them. Oh god, and the fog layer is screwed, and they... this is why I never do dynamic fog on my Zeus missions, because it creates this, like, weird chunky thing of the fog, like, opening up like this. Oh, that's gonna be trippy as fuck to play in. There goes the fog. That's kind of a cool opening, but it will come back. Or it won't. I don't know. The fog layer just got completely lifted there.
Send in Go Team 6 now.
But I cannot find these 4 static DshKs here. I know they're around here somewhere. They're written down in the mission template. But I guess we'll see them later.
And once again, it seems I don't even know what to describe it. I'm too tired for this. I'm late. That's about it. How are you doing?
Okay. I'm alright. I was just going over the fact that OPFOR is all standard Russian kits. I cannot find their 4 DshKs, but I know they're around here somewhere. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm sobered up from the end of the last round.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Yeah, I had some nice dinner and some water, but I'm ready to get drunk again, I guess.
GT, but thanks for the 30-month resub.
Yeah, a little sector defense thing. Good way to start out the NA round.
Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you're staying safe on COVID, and I hope you get a kick out of this one.
As to where those 4 DshKs are.
Oh, I found them. Okay, so they're by the command. It's supposed to be a command BTR. Yeah, okay, now it looks like command BTR. I see 3. We've got 2 standing and a sit down. Someone might have already taken one of them, but I was also told there were 2 M2 MRAPs, even though that was written down as 1. But I'm going to go over and look at BLUFOR real quick. And yeah, we only have 1 armed one. Okay. And then we've got 2 M240s. One of them's a slightly different one. It's got a canopy tied to it. And he mentioned it was the vanilla one, but not the vanilla one. It's like the real model that RHS has. So it's not the Crows system. We saw Crow systems used in round 1 in EU, and honestly, they were pretty dope, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason one side lost was because they didn't use their sides effectively compared to the attacking team, but that's enough on that.
I agree with that, yeah. I think we said pretty much all.
GT, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Going. I hope you thank
previous
GT for that
stream,
sub. I hope you all keep enjoying the
Let's
ops.
see, yeah, Russians and who are BLUFOR?
Stay safe from COVID.
Bog
Hope you get a
standard
kick out of this.
Marines? Looks like it.
And we have a SOCOM Little Bird with the side benches and a camera. Mountain, of course, flying that. You always see Mountain flying. I don't know why he's spooling up. Usually they're not allowed to do that until the op actually starts, so... That's weird. But otherwise...
Why is he...
He just...
And we're off to a great start.
All right, well... I would assume he did that on purpose.
I don't think... Yeah, he's Delta, but he doesn't have a pilot's helmet, so I don't...
Yeah, there's no pilot on the roster, so I'm assuming they did that on purpose. I would hope they did that on purpose.
Yeah, I would hope that Mountain, of all people, would do that on purpose, just to disable it, because they're not going to use it, but still, I starting off strong tonight.
I'll keep that in mind, Yash, but that's something I can't really do midstream, because I don't know how. All right, 10 minutes up. Oh, and the fog doing it again. Look parallel to the ground. And the fog opens from the gates of hell. And it leaves but a white line in everyone's sight. And it's not opening anymore. It's the fucking mist.
Line fog.
Yeah,
Oh, this thing.
the fucking line fog. Oh, that's gonna be a bitch to work with, but we'll make do.
It's not a glitch, it's a feature. Thank you, Apex and Tanoa.
Yeah. Otherwise, BLUFOR, we're at about 110 players right now. I'm sure it'll pick up by round 2. But it for the U.S. kit, since the Russians are basically standard, Russian OPFOR, BLUFOR here is standard U.S. We got 5.56s, M249s, M240s. I would assume the mat weapon is a Carl Gustav if I could find it. There it is, buckets up in front, yep, with a Carl Gustav. Leadership meeting happening, and then their marksman rifles are the traditional 20-round Mark 11 7.62 rifles. BLUFOR, also has a few boats they can use to maneuver around that can carry up to 24 people with those 3 boats right there. And otherwise, transport trucks, we have the actual armored ones being used with the bulletproof windows. So those can be used to at least get the driver group in safely, but not necessarily the canopy group in the back. We've got an open-top Humvee and some quad bikes that can be used as scouting, and then the, Arm 2 240s and the 50 cal. But their heads for the gunners are exposed, so they will have to be careful. But otherwise, this should be a pretty simple assault and sweep for BLUFOR. OPFOR, I'll be curious to see where they decide to defend, because all 3 of the sectors are within about 300, 400 meters with each other. But we'll probably still see OPFOR forego defending one of the sectors in favor of defending 2. Barb, you want to pick a sector and start going over it?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a second. It's very interesting.
All right, Yash, but I don't want to play around with it when I'm streaming, man.
Each of the
we'll get it to it later.
Within, it's probably a half a kilometer square that they're all in.
Yep.
So it's not gonna be too difficult.
About 800 meters.
To attack and defend. I think more so the labor was gonna be on the attacks to find the point to breach into
that line is gonna be
sectors. But as far as covering them, let's start off
so funny.
Sector 1. We have a very basic sandbag and bunker emplacement, with the sector being the bunker itself. BLUFOR only needs to clear the bunker out and get inside. There is a tree inside the bunker, which could pose some problems as far as one avenue of entrance. Otherwise, it is fairly simple to get in and hold.
Yeah, I feel like the mission maker should have, when you set the hide asset modules, you got to make sure you run them on local, because if you keep them on server, sometimes it doesn't execute properly for everybody, and that's why we might be seeing this tree right here. So just something people got to be mindful about. Otherwise,
Jimmy Lee gets kicked off for an FNF armor PBO not being correct, but I thought that
weird.
was funny.
No, you're right. That's interesting to note. But otherwise, the sectors themselves are actually the bunkers, you know, by the perimeter. I think that's going to be true for... No, it's not going to be true for all of them. Sector 2, for example, is an actual sector. What I'm worried about, though, is one RPG can actually destroy this artillery radar's position, have it come crashing down, and it can do significant damage to everyone below it. And that's literally the entirety of the sector, is the small area next to this position. So I would actually not bother holding this one because of how volatile this position is. I'm trying to look for evidence to see if it is set to disabled simulation. It very much well could be, because I see part of it clipping into the ground, so that would mean it is explosive proof. And as I look more into it, I am seeing more clipping in the ground, so I do believe, thankfully, the simulation on it's disabled, but that's still something you don't want to base your best guess on. I'm literally zooming into the center of the asset and looking at angles which the players wouldn't have the luxury of looking at, so I probably would forego holding Sector 2 and opt for 1 and 3. Speaking of which, Barb, how does Sector 3 look?
Sector 3 is definitely much more defensible than Sector 2. We have
it's the house.
A very large kind of town hall building, for, I believe, from Livonia, as the sector itself. 2 stories, a couple...
Oh, this is the piano building from DayZ.
Enough rooms to be a nuisance on both floors. Apart from that, the compound itself is walled off with a nice little guard shack slash garage kind of thing that we see Sergeant Drake running through.
It's got a decent perimeter, but it's super exposed from the south on that immediate ridge. However, to the north, it's pretty well secured.
What between the fencing that's pretty solid, that concrete shouldn't allow any bullets through it, and the yellow building with its 2-story overwatch on, like you said, the north side, and that approach should be a semi-decent compound to hold. But yeah, with Sector
It's going good, Guardian. Thanks for asking.
That artillery radar surrounded by some ramparts and sandbags, I don't see it holding up too long. Some additions here and there around the area, but with sector control,
the hell was
all
that?
It takes is for BLUFOR.
His mic is weird, man.
There are no Red 4, so if Red 4 spreads themselves thin, that could very well just be a moot point entirely.
So I do like, though, how the mission designer has marked a lot of these fortifications on the map to kind of help BLUFOR make some plans here.
That is very nice. That is very nice, yeah.
One thing
the specifics aren't there, but sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You had something going.
I was going to say, with the markings on the map, they're just that, markings. We have on the northwest side a battle tower, some markings over by Sector 1 and Sector 2, but they don't divulge what exactly they are, just that there is something there, and it is going to be a blockade of sorts to deal with. So it's something, normally, like you were going on about, we see everything laid out very plainly on map as if Recon has already done their job, but in this scenario it's a little more vague than that, so I'm excited to see how the attacking team deals with that.
So let's actually go over strategy. I'm going to quickly go over OPFOR's defense strategy, and then if you want you can tackle BLUFOR's offense strategy. Sure. But for OPFOR, when you're given 3 objectives, especially this close to each other, it's best to hold 2. I would definitely have Sector 3 be the command/fallback position, and I would utilize Sector 1 to the best of my ability. Also, Sector 1, because it's a closed-in bunker, someone could easily put 2 explosive satchels at the doorways, wait for them to be activated, then just, cook off the satchels and get a free kill or 2 at the very least. You don't even have to put them in the bunker. You can just put them at the entrances, angled towards it. So on the northern side, you can put it right next to the tower. And then on the southern one, you can put it in the tree. And you can get a free kill as long as you're hovering over it and you got scouts, watching BLUFOR come in. So that would get you a free kill. But compared to Sector 2, I'd probably hold Sectors 1 and 3 and just have a loose defensive perimeter to the south and north, keeping internal perimeters on Sectors 3 and 1, and I would Explosive Trap 2, because 2, if it blows up, can also do a bunch of extra damage and get a few kills. With the 4 DshKs, I would definitely use the sit-down DshKs in the... I don't know. That's... How would I get this? Probably use the sit-down DshKs either both at Sector 1 to cover both of those entryways, and then, or I could use them in the, you know, the piano building, as I like to call it, because in DayZ you get a piano. The issue with it, though, is it has 3 doorways, so it's not viable to cover all of those doorways with 2 statics, because they can easily be flanked. So it would be better to be used in Sector 1, and then the 2 stand-up DshKs, I would just give it the squad level and let them set it up somewhere. I might use one for the defensive area to the north on Sector 1, but I would probably try to have one or both facing at least southwest and southwest and southeast, because that's where BLUFOR is more than likely to come up. I would highly doubt there would be a BLUFOR incursion to the north, but it's still possible. And then I would use my 2 UAZs to basically try to get behind BLUFOR's line and engage them. Op has begun. Barb, how would you tackle BLUFOR's approach?
So, the way that I'm seeing it from the map, trying to think of from the BLUFOR commander's perspective, and it's the Red Force defense is at least looking at the markers, and is in a sort of a wedge facing south, with Sector 3 kind of sealing off that wedge on the north side. So there's no very obvious position to attack as far as structural weakness in their defenses. However, if I were to do something, I would probably say northeast, get as close to, assuming every bunker is manned, go to the bunker southeast .126, that little forward-facing bunker facing southeast. Try and tackle that one first, and then try and stay under the going through the trees, trying to stay out of the effective firing lines of the battle tower on the southwest side, south of Sector 1, and move around and have a 2-pronged approach on Sector 2. Past that, it would be kind of taking the radio tower in the center, and from there, whatever avenue of opportunity seemed the most advantageous, follow that. Between a lot of, small rolling hills and some foliage, the fact that it's all very condensed makes it a very, very well-rounded defense, at least in structure, for Red 4. Nemesis might have crashed his quad bike as he dismounts. But disregarding that, like you said, mission has started and BLUFOR is going along.
Nice,
We've seen a lot of them actually heading southwest, so they may try and attack the western side. The only problem with that would be the steep cliff faces and rock formations, as well as the number 5 battle tower watching over this entire sector. Now, they don't know that those big markings are battle towers. They just know that it's some kind of defensive fortification. Additionally, on the topic of battle towers, I see 1, 2, 4, and 5, but I haven't found battle tower number 3. I don't know if it even exists, I'll be honest.
I think that's the joke.
Yeah, we're missing battle tower number 3. That's
Now he's got me looking for it.
Interesting little thing by the map maker, but or mission maker, I should say. But yeah, we are having a bunch of trucks going on that western road heading south to north, and we'll see what they do from there.
Unbeknownst to BLUFOR, the route they have picked, I think they're going for an all eggs in one basket strategy, because we're seeing all of those forces head to the southwestern flank of OPFOR here, but OPFOR doesn't really have any good eyes on that direction. They've got some good directions to the west, but nothing really to the southwest on BLUFOR's exact dismount point, because no one's taken Battle Tower 5. So I think BLUFOR might be able to get right on top of this plateau here that OPFOR has fortifications on, and potentially be able to take this fight to a very close quarters assault, which for the defending faction, since they're fighting an uneven amount of guys, with the attackers having the, what, 20% advantage, if I recall correctly?
50
It's...
20, it depends, but yeah.
Yeah. I just realized I'm still playing Payday music. Give me a second. Completely forgot.
Yeah, I think the all eggs in one basket strategy isn't a bad choice considering
Master
how
plan is
dense
enthralling,
the
Jesus.
defensive area is. Really putting all of your forces to work together.
It's not copyrighted, though.
Honestly, might be their best bet. Forming a two-pronged attack and kind of doing very small and localized encirclements.
Yes, that Pierce from
Operation
1RW
so back
is
in
the
World War
leader.
II,
Also, Loster, how you doing?
did exactly that against the Russians, using spearheads and encirclements to isolate and eliminate a superior, an enemy superior in defensive entrenchments and numbers. Now, the numbers doesn't apply as much here, but as far as entrenchments, this mountaintop is a very, very good position. Like I mentioned, those rock formations, the battle towers, even the bunkers are all going to be very tough obstacles for them, for the attacking BLUFOR to deal with. I think I just saw a shot go out, but I didn't see where from or to.
I'm looking.
Otherwise, yeah, all of BLUFOR is pretty much dismounted on the southwest side of Red 4's entrenchment, or their hilltop. That's a good way to call it, a hilltop. So they've all dismounted, and they are making their way up the western coast of Sursari. And I'm not really seeing anything too interesting from Red 4. We're seeing Mar W3. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but he's on one of the DshKs at the base of the radio tower. We have Nerisk actually heading down to the southwest battle tower number 5. He might solo garrison that just to
Get eyes out.
the eyes. Yeah, exactly. Spread out the eyes and try and complete that 360. But as I say that, he goes back inwards.
So, OPFOR, they've got a good formation. They've got one guy covering... Oop, just hit the wrong button there. We got one guy watching on the east. We got a 3-man group on the direct south, but nothing really on the western flank. And BLUFOR's just been able to properly predict that OPFOR just wouldn't have eyes on there, which, in that case, it's not really predict, it's just luck. But BLUFOR is, I think, just going to either do a unified assault from the west, or they might break off and have a group go on the northern side and do a pincer strategy. But they're definitely not going to come from the south, as I see Nemesis, I think, trying to go on the southern side to do recon as the marksman, but that's a lot of BLUFOR dudes.
Especially if Nemesis is able to use some fire to draw the attention of Red 4. If it's a lone shooter, I could see them kind of ignoring that as far as moving to engage and just kind of maintaining their position. But if, yeah, BLUFOR were to attack from the northwestern side, they'd have to deal with the light garrison in tower number 4, as well as DshK who's roaming around, and then Sergeant...
That's a friendly. He's wiggling.
But this, the size of this force versus a handful of Red 4... probably would be able to push up that hill pretty easily, get a foothold, and then just start working their way through these low rolling hills and little compounds.
Patriot has gone up and set up a standing DshK on the turret. Schrodinger lined up a shot on him, and Patriot just started doing the friendly wiggle. So maybe if Patriot can turn that over on the western side to northwest, he might be able to catch some BLUFOR guys out of position. But honestly, I think BLUFOR might be going from for a northwest attack, which is where OPFOR does have some early on eyes, and they do have DshK with an LR right there to see it, but I can get why they're going for that angle, because according to the map, that's where the least amount of fortifications are, and that lets them get right on top of Sector 3 and 1 to divide into that pincer maneuver to then attack 2.
Yeah, DshK having that LR does kind of complicates things. If he is able to get that call out, Here's where it gets complicated. As we saw in, I think it was round 2, either round 1 or round 2 of EU. No, I think round 1. The defending team were attacked by the entirety of the attacking team in one objective. However, they were hesitant to call it out as such that it was the entire attacking team force, and so you had a disjointed.
I think Smed might have seen something here, but he's looking
kind of disjointed between a few objectives while the entirety of the attacking team attacked.
The fuck was that?
So with DshK being there in a forward position, if he makes that call that there's a lot of them here, there's a majority of them here.
Did you hear that pop in his mic?
And the command structure actually reacts to that in a reactive manner for all it takes. Words are hard. If DshK gets the word out and they actually listen to him, that's going to be a problem for the attacking team, because this Northwestern approach, you have all these kind of trees to conceal and the rock formations to work through and push up this hill, and not a lot of Red 4 to defend it. If there are a lot of Red 4 defending it, it's going to be hell.
I don't think we're going to have a lot of Red 4 here. They're spread out. What we might see is OPFOR might have some reluctance to send forces to defend, but honestly, when you look at this plateau, they're spread out to do a good 360, but they will have to pull units from the front line to form secondary defensive lines as BLUFOR comes up. I don't think OPFOR is going to expect an all eggs in one basket approach from BLUFOR to push along a single flank. I would be concerned about a pincer attack, so you might still see people kept on the borderline, especially if Nemesis starts engaging early on to try to pull attention away. But I don't know. I think OPFOR isn't ready for this BLUFOR attack based off of what they decided to do. Granted, in OPFOR's shoes, I would have done something very similar, because I wouldn't expect BLUFOR to go all in on this. I would have expected BLUFOR to probably do a pincer, so...
Right. And I was still very surprised to see a decent concentration of Red 4 forces at the base of the radio tower. It is kind of like the singular high point for this AO, but it doesn't, like... If you go...
It's part of that internal perimeter, though, because, again, they're expecting an attack from the south. And that's why they have that position right there. But there's no real way they could do any recon other than if they sent the gun truck to do some circles.
You say that, but Vonk, Guy Fieri, and Sideways, they're actually a three-man fire team on the south side. So the fact that they haven't seen anyone...
Yeah.
Check it real quick if any of them have a long range, and... No, it doesn't seem like it, but if they're able to still relay that to...
Not sure if I'll be alive by then, Revenant, but thanks for the 813 sub, my man. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a kick out of this.
Well, who knows? Anyone on that south side, if they're able to relay that and say, hey, there's no one over here, check your flanks, someone will see them. And as we're...
Alright, yeah, two things. Nemesis might run into CO's line of fire in a second, and DshK has a lot of guys moving along his left flank and hasn't noticed.
Really? Yeah, because he's still crouching, watching this kind of...
Oh, he just heard that GL. And OPFOR noticed from the tower, and they're now firing back. DshK is going to find himself right in the middle. Actually, no, more on the northern side of BLUFOR's advance here, but just below his ridge. He's going to potentially have a few guys coming under him.
Yeah, he's lobbing GLs into the forest, trying to react to the gunshots. But he's going to have pads right here as he peeks out.
Gets crippled by Pads. Pads doing a quick reload. DshK, I guess, trying to smoke his position here. He fragged his Okay.
Par for the course as Pads does another frag up, and...
DshK gets a good frag on, and that knocks Pads out. Excuse me, DshK out.
Yeah, so that's going to be that forward observer taken out, at least momentarily, but I imagine that was more than enough time for DshK to get that call out. Not that they really needed it.
Yep, he just woke up, but Olaf's right behind him with a 240 Bravo. Oh, nope, DshK gets knocked out again from It's either Pain or Bloodlust. I believe it is Pain, though. Meanwhile, you got the Gamma groups for BLUFOR, their vehicles. They kept the armed 50 cal back here. They're having Ghoster range in shots with that 50 to try and suppress positions that OPFOR is defending so the BLUFOR group can continue to move up. Love how we have Ivan Mega pushing up with a smoke grenade. He decides to throw it.
Yeah, and this isn't a bad approach for BLUFOR. They're going to try and take this tower quickly. The fact that Poe and Chucky, they kind of put out some fire, but they either got suppressed or took some damage in return. Rocket goes in, as I say that, taking out Poe, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, he goes down from some...
There is an explosive trap on that top of that tower, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I wonder... Let me see if I can find who put that down. Wouldn't it be any of the guys that are on the tower? Maybe Corporal Coolbreeze is down to the southeast of the tower now. But whatever the case is, defending that tower and then detonating it if BLUFOR were to take it.
One BLUFOR guy just went down right there.
Scorched earth policy I've ever seen.
Just had some sort of AT go into that tower. BLUFOR's quickly getting off of it. You gotta remember, if you have an enemy garrison in one of these towers, you can just get the squad explosive specialist to put a satchel on the base and blow it.
And now we have Delta for BLUFOR down on the southern front. Daniel's pushing into
Nemesis moved over CO.
Second now. He's actually almost in it. He was a few...
Still got OPFOR on defensive lines, too.
But with now Delta attacking Tower 5. This is very worrying for Red4 because they're not reacting to this very well.
Daniel gets headshotted by Iowa.
Towers. They do have that satchel charge on top, like you said, which could deny that strategic position to BLUFOR's attack. I don't know. I feel like the fact they got up there in the first place is enough to warrant some concern.
Explosive trap going on the first sector. Unfortunately, it was null. They needed to wait until they got a prompt that it got captured because now it's not going to get that free kill, unfortunately.
I think it did get one. There's one guy who's dead.
No, Daniel. So Daniel got picked off by Iowa earlier.
Okay.
Wasn't him. And there's the capture because Saint was able to literally go right up to the edge of it and get counted into the zone. So. More charges go. There we go. Paladin getting knocked out. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, still only one to be fair, but usually we see none at all, so that's enough.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Poe and Chuck
Paladin will probably wake up though.
Here on Tower 4. Yeah, Yash does good bluff. That's an interesting take. The fact that they bluffed with one charge, let BLUFOR push in thinking, oh, that's it, and then they set up two more. It wasn't really long. Back up by Nova Wolf. And as I say that, he's getting dragged back. But
I just watched Green Shade get a perfect nade on Chucky. Chucky's still alive to wake up, but he could not have asked for a better placement on that nade. OPFOR guys didn't even notice, but I'd imagine a few more grenades and that tower might come down. Chucky wakes back up. And BLUFOR's also stolen Patriot's position. Patriot waking back up, quickly trying to tap Kevin. Gets a kill on Kevin and then gets double tapped by Lee. That is why you always have to double tap. Grenades going off, damaging the tower. Ooh, risky.
BLUFOR's pushing around the northern side of this peak here with BLUFOR Alpha. This is an interesting wraparound. We have T5 Bay on this kind of eastern front.
We might see a counterattack from OPFOR coming in.
So they could be a little bit of a thorn for the wraparound strategy they got going. But apart from that, it's seeming like everything's going as planned for BLUFOR. They really haven't had to deal with too much as far as stiff resistance. We do have Platoon 2 HQ on the southern side along with Delta 1 for Red 4. Pushing around, maybe trying to do a counter.
I think they're going to do a counter flank, hit BLUFOR's southernmost side and try to sweep out BLUFOR, but that's going to be a really risky maneuver because They are now pulling units away from the southeastern flank. I think they think that BLUFOR is doing an all eggs in one basket strategy at this point. But that flank attack from OPFOR here needs to quickly get in and start mopping people up. But if they are exposed early, they can easily be picked off by OPFOR's own defensive fortifications.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited to see those satchel charges put to use. Doesn't seem like there's one on Tower 5.
God, T5 banned Sholin.
Yeah, because Chucky and Poe were, I'm sure, are still reporting in to the squad level at least.
They're completely off, though.
Yeah, BLUFOR's...
Hold up, we got Sholin about to come up on the northernmost flank for BLUFOR. He starts engaging, but they're too far. He's going to probably get walked up on.
Oh, yeah, and he's shooting GLs out. That's going to be a dead giveaway. As you say that, Platoon 1 HQ for Red 4, they're pushing around. Vonk here with an RPG! Puts away the RPG, actually. So he's going to actually take his rifle out to take out Porter and Killbo.
Gets a double kill. Porter bandaging prone right now. Hasn't been noticed. RPG gets out, trying to hit that Vic. Porter hasn't noticed. Now he finally does. Vonk now notices him on the ground, quickly pulls away. Fieri double tapping Porter there, Mountain dismounting. So great flank attack by OPFOR there, mopping up at least half of that group. Mountain now running down. Vonk tunnel vision though, throwing a grenade, but notices. Oh, Vonk is knocked out.
Yep. Mountain ran out of ammo, and Vonk was able to do some work on it. That Humvee's probably...
I had to say, Vonk get knocked down at Mountain.
But now Red 4 has control of the ground floor around Tower 5. They should be able to push in and eliminate these 3 BLUFOR guys who are up here.
Wow. Back on the northern flank, Sholin knocked out Lennox and got a kill on somebody. T5 Bay, meanwhile, on the low ground, potentially trying to come up to harass his flank. That's exactly what OPFOR needs to do. Explosive satchel goes off from a Carl Gustav, knocking the tower out. It is only Poe and Green Shade up there.
Poe's fine. He's a little bit worse for wear, but for the most part, he's fine.
Green Shade getting picked off by Quigley.
Very well done. And yeah, now Poe's going to be...
Ooh, Sholin knocking out Sanders with a GL.
Wow.
T5 Base slowly crawling up. He is debating how he wants to attack BLUFOR's northernmost group here.
And here we have Clown on tower, what is this, 4? I think, no, tower 5 with the PKM. Breaching, gets one. But Lee takes him out in a trade.
Lee caught in a reload, though, took multiple shots, and he eventually gets knocked out by Wreck. So that is... BLUFOR still has Farks right here. I don't know what he's doing. He's just looking around at this point.
And they're actually getting friendly fired by the radio tower. They're seeing movement, and they're just shooting at it. As, yeah, Red 4 retakes it and eliminates that small BLUFOR element. And this is actually very surprising. We're seeing a large migration of BLUFOR on the northwestern side pulling out north. So
that's why they're repositioning their attack. They're going to try to get Sector 3, and then they could potentially try to reposition again, go around and hit Sector 2, staying away from where OPFOR has these internal fortifications. Really smart on BLUFOR to do that. They just got to be worried about people like T4 Herb, who has the RPG-42, and he just tapped one of the Humvees. And is gonna get away with it because the security is not here.
Speaking of the T's, T5 Bay is hiding in that thick grass.
Yep, he's been
northern side.
He's been hiding there, waiting for an opportunity. I think he was coordinating with T4 Herb because you always see them in the same squad when they play together. He was walking T4 Herb in to hit that. We also had Sholin pull back. He was up here, got a few kills, knocked out Lennox, for example, and Sanders, who's being worked on, he also knocked him out as well, and you still have that BLUFOR body right there. So these 3 doing really good work. Bay, I guess, hiding, listening to voices, trying to find out where he wants to make his move. Farks gets found working on Acid Pantalones to the south, gets picked off by Combat Wombat, Koak, and Major Khan, and BLUFOR is now completely reserved on the northern flank. We still have Nemesis coming around to join them. And T5 Bay just tried to make an attack. He did down one dude, and there's a vest ripped off of that guy. That's weird. But he is trying to maneuver around. Olaf might catch him out of position, though. No, he didn't. Now T5 Bay's trying to tap him in the head. Olaf gets up, wonders what the hell just happened. But T5 Bay gets shot in the back by the maneuver group. T5 Bay out of ammo. He's getting shot at by Severe as well. T5 Bay goes down because he was in the middle of BLUFOR's maneuver attempt here to try to hit Sector 3 from the direct north, which is a really good call on BLUFOR's part there. So T5 Bay is going to get double tapped. I think T4 Herb was able to get away. Yes, he is now in Sector 3. And you got, yeah, Garrett and Helios walking up to T5 Bay. They just cable tied him. And T5 Bay dies. Yeah, I heard a little cable tie squeak, so.
I gotcha.
OPFOR.
Not a bad play by Bay, but just too many.
Yeah, he didn't realize that BLUFOR was maneuvering their entire force here, and he quickly got caught up. T5 Bay is like Logan. They make really good small-scale plays, which can do a shit ton of damage, but if their information is pretty limited, so they got to be careful with what they have. Otherwise, Sanders still being worked on by the medic. He'll probably be saved. Lino bled out. Major East leading the charge on the southeastern side. Go ahead.
So, Sector 3 has actually been abandoned by Red 4. They're withdrawing from the area and
yeah, I see that.
To the weakest sector of them all, Sector 2.
All right, where are the explosive traps then? Map-wise, there's still 25 minutes left on the clock. I don't think abandoning was the smartest idea. Potato CF getting picked off by Nemesis.
Having a couple people just like
Nemesis gonna double tap with his handgun.
Control area would have been, I think, a better play because they'd have to clear out the whole sector. You can use those stairs as a fatal funnel. You can still use those doorways as a fatal funnel. Get a few more kills at least. Don't give it to them for free. And I'm not seeing any explosive traps either. I might be blind or they may be well camouflaged.
Oh, so if Potato woke back up, that would have been bull. I don't know, we have Drake, he's pulling out with that gas. OPFOR sending groups down to directly defend Sector 2, that would have been Sector 3's garrison. But OPFOR, they need to continue going in a clockwise fashion to try to chase BLUFOR's tail here. We have Brennan on his own looking around, but OPFOR needs to massively redeploy their forces around Sector 2 if they are abandoning 3. There has to be explosive traps in 3.
I'd hope so. We still have 25 minutes, I think, left to go in this round. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 25 minutes left to go is plenty of time for BLUFOR, considering the numbers that they have, to push into Sector 3, try and split. If they were to split this Gorski garrison in half, just generally speaking, around this hilltop, they could very easily encapsulate and capture Sector 2 without too much of a struggle. Like we said, that sector itself is pretty sparsely defensible. Just some sandbags and earthen ramparts, as well as the radar itself.
There's capture for Sector 3. They don't even have to go in there. I don't see any immediate explosive satchels, so I would assume there are no explosive traps. By the way, Nemesis killed Potato CF, and he took his vest. And he just got shot at by friendlies because he picked up the Russian vest. Oh my fucking god.
That's what you get. That's what.
Oh, that's funny. That's really fucking funny.
And they're both privates, I think, over there. Unless it was Edwin or Lazy Rogue or someone. But the two
Nemesis is also staff in FNF, by the way.
So we have Cheese now.
He got that a month ago.
I think hearing those shots and reacting to it, he's the Red 4 marksman.
That's
so
brilliant.
Able to do with that audio intel.
Nemesis wakes back up.
Lucky bastard.
He immediately drops the vest. Because he knew he got blue on blue because of a 5.56 rifle, so he's running back up to Potato's body to get his original vest back.
I wonder
because Russian body armor is better than American body armor.
But FNF config.
He's an admin. He's an admin. And he runs right past Potato's body. Oh, he's looking for his vest back.
I see.
There it is. Oh, man, I'm never doing that again. I'll tell Yanni's mom about this later.
Yeah, that's what he gets for being a Euro.
Yeah, he's still bleeding, too, so he'll probably get in a corner patch up. Well, I mean, he tried, but his own teams showed him how bad of an idea that was.
But I think that might be against the rules, actually, to take enemy equipment. Neither here nor there. I just thought it's...
I think it's just uniforms.
I don't know. There's so many different fucking arguments about it.
We had the insta-karma, though. Let's just enjoy that fact.
That is very true. I will gladly concede that.
All right, so BLUFOR is probably now going to reposition its guys, go to the east, and then try to get right on top of the base plateau for Sector 2. However, Sector 2, it's a little easier for OPFOR to defend because the hills aren't as steep. OPFOR can easily set up a decent defensive line, but they're not spacing out as far as they should be. We should see more guys in the number 2 battle tower. We should see a force a little further away than where T4, Herb, Wreck, and Clown are. Honestly, so like Delta 2, if they're not going to maneuver and continue to clockwise attack, everyone needs to be put on defense at this point. Also, Vonk was unconscious beforehand. I think he was just brought over by the medics to probably pump some blood into him.
We have this MRAP now on the northeastern side.
Oh, God.
Lolo and a couple other people with an M2 of all things.
Brennan just got into a firefight with Lurch, and then he got 12.7 to his back from Bravo 1. And now they're trying to double tap him, too.
Yeah, they're shooting right away.
Owie.
Oh, he woke back up, but immediately goes.
Nah, he's pain knocked, so. Yep, BLUFOR again going with the clockwise routine. They're probably going to attack from the sectors direct east, if not northeast. And completely bypassed most of OPFOR's defenses.
We actually, in about 30 seconds now, I think we're going to have 50 minutes called. So if Red 4 is able to...
No, another 6 minutes. It's at the 50 marker.
Yep, you're right.
I made that mistake too for round 2, and then we found out that they just extended the time in general.
Yes,
but Private Cheese getting picked off. He was the other marksman, except his scope is missing. Okay. Someone took his MOS.
Is he dead on the ground?
Wait, no. He, No, he's an OPFOR guy, which means he was just blue on blued. But where's his scope? Yeah.
Gee, his scope's on his gun on my screen. I see the MLS.
You do?
Yeah. Cross my heart, hope to die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's just completely clipped into his body. That's weird.
Oh,
I think he's in a different animation for us when he's down. That's probably it.
He woke back up though, and so yeah, he's still got that MLS, at least for me.
And he's immediately getting tapped out by OPFOR again and knocked back down. So OPFOR, that's the second guy they've just double tapped in.
More than second. There's been a few instances of that. And it's they've got a few.
I'm just saying. Like, first it was Brennan, then a minute later it was Cheese. And we also have Carlson down back here, I think because he was picked off by BLUFOR, so...
Cheese wakes back up again! Oh,
and gets tapped!
Again!
Oh my god. Where's the PID?
Where's the...
Get him, Guy Fieri!
If anything, Carl will be coming to Red 4 as the BLUFOR
Fuck's sake.
Forces push up to this ridge. I mean, they're really going for a full-on wraparound. Starting from the south, going west.
It's worked so far, though.
Down northeast. Using that MRAP as a spearhead as the infantry pushes up adjacent to it. Usually you see a screen for it, but with this going on, could be interesting. Tower 2 is going to be a bit of a hurdle with Sholand on top, but past that,
I think OPFOR, in order to do better, first off, they should have left people at Sector 3, at least one guy upstairs so it couldn't be insta-captured. I would also argue Sector 1 at least needed one guy just to sit there, and then he could have been the guy with the explosive traps, and as soon as he heard footsteps, he could have detonated them and got a few free kills. Furthermore, the counterattack that Delta 1 with Platoon 2 did on Tower 5 should have continued. They should have kept going clockwise, and they might have been able to catch some of BLUFOR repositioning. They wouldn't have all been bunched up. It would have just been small groups, and they would have still been able to continue taking the attack. And why is Pierce driving down there on his own as OPFOR command? Anyway, BLUFOR has basically been able to constantly reconsolidate, and now they're going to push in. And we've got Sergeant Drake, Charlie's squad lead on his own, I guess running recon here. He's got a GL, though, and we got some really nice GL hits going in. Catch has been knocked out. We see a lot of guys with their feet knocked out. That was Sholand, who has been doing some pretty stealthy stuff. He just fired a GL way over, unfortunately. Oh, it was a flare. And he just had a GL on his spot, so he might be forced to go down from that spot. But OPFOR... yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, Pierce has pushed past all of BLUFOR on the northeastern side, almost like a general retreating from the front, but he's hit 3 shots now and is under fire from Lurch Ellison and Jane Saunders. So he's trying to get out of there. I'm not sure what exactly his plan was, apart from doing like a suicide recon run type shindig. But yeah, he's running back around just trying to stay alive at this point.
I don't know where that OPFOR guy went. No, he's repositioned. All right. So Drake and Sholin, they're trying to buy as much time as they can from BLUFOR's main attack wave. BLUFOR's done a really good job, though, of making OPFOR kind of guess where they are, because we still have a Vanguard force with Bravo up at the center position, just watching in case BLUFOR comes from that angle. So by forcing OPFOR to still stay around and do a good 360 around the objectives, this might allow OPFOR to pierce in, kill everyone in the center, and then as that happens and they capture it, it's an instant victory.
Doesn't matter who is still alive in the AO as long as they're able to get that sector 2. Now, they do need to clear it, but like we mentioned, it's pretty small and pretty open.
40 seconds, still 15-minute warning.
Martin and Smed, great name. I love that name, Smed. If they're able to take the three of them out and BLUFOR is able to enter that,
Just picked off that BLUFOR guy.
that's game over. Now they do have a very decent screen around the sector and a nice kind of oval pattern, so they should be able to fend them off at least somewhat. We'll see how well they're able to withstand against an MRAP and this BLUFOR crew.
We have PV1 Ryan by Battle Tower 2. He is a demo specialist, so he could set up a satchel. Drake was pulling security. There's a 15-minute warning. Let's see if Ryan's smart enough to put a satchel down. Nope, he's going to go in there and breach.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you're able, from that position, you actually have good eyes onto the sector.
Yeah, but Ryan's dead.
And yeah, Ryan got fucking capped.
It would be better just to knock it out so BLUFOR can continue advancing at this point. That's, again, like in FNF, I always push for people to use more explosive traps and stuff, because with explosives, it opens up so many avenues for, like, instantaneous building clearing, for example. Just put a satchel on it and blow it up, and then you don't have to worry about it ever again. But going up that stairwell is going to be a kill zone, and that's what OPFOR is going to try to employ to knock out as many BLUFOR guys as they can just to get some free kills here. We got Anderson. Yep.
Sorry, real quick. Gershus is asking how many people has Nemesis killed. He is on 5 kills right now as a mark.
Damn.
BLUFOR.
Our favorite top player in FNF today. But we have Anderson, though, the guy that hosts NA. He is in a bunker to the southeast, I guess, watching to see if BLUFOR continues their clockwise attack. AT went up on Sholin's position, but he is fine because that was just a law. We've got Jimny's Burial down. And Sholin is now keyholing from the rooftop, shooting at Lee. Someone needs to blow that tower up on BLUFOR, because otherwise Sholin's just going to constantly harass.
They shot a rocket into there already. It doesn't seem to be, I don't think it switched to the damage texture. So they might be cleared out. Yeah, whoever that, I forget.
Nemesis, though.
Ryan, Private Ryan.
Yep, he's dead, though.
He's actually dead on that landing. Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, he got shot at by OPFOR, knocked out, woke back up, shot again. Nemesis, though, I am concerned about, because he is coming up on his own from the northwest. He could look into these fortifications, and OPFOR is probably going to be tunnel visioned here. He could easily get some quick taps.
Very possibly.
OPFOR is retreating, by the way. They're pulling from some of their defensive lines. That's allowing BLUFOR to advance. We still have about 12 and a half minutes. And then we have Bravo with Pierce way out of position to the northwest. I don't know. I think they're trying that clockwise attack again, but it's not working. Nemesis picked out.
Koak and Martin.
No, shot in the ass, and he's knocked out.
The Daisy tactics will not save him tonight, unfortunately. And yeah, he's getting
what a shame.
That down, he'll wake back up.
Lee managed to move past the machine gunners on OPFOR, go up and double tap Sholin. That's because only Guy Fieri was watching the battle tower. Reckon 4 Herb pulled off. And now with knocking Sholin out, they're that much closer to this base.
So I want to real quick just talk about the strategy. That
Saving Private Ryan.
I think that they weren't nearly quick enough. We have a big group on the southeast side.
Enfilading fire.
With Ghoster's MRAP. working, yeah, like I said, the southeast side. I feel like if they had gone for more of a spearhead onto the northeast side, going through
Anderson, I believe, is dead.
There's 127, 123, and 121. Kind of south of that road going west to east. If they had put a spearhead through there, separated the two Red 4 forces, eliminated the forces around the sector, and then captured it, game over, I think that that would have been a much quicker and safer victory than this.
We're making a push with 2 dudes here, but we might have enfilade and fire delivered by Seal, but he is a marksman.
Is dismounted. I think the gunner's dead, as Nutty Person and Wombat are
Knocks out Lurch.
Really good final stand.
Nutty Person gonna shoot Severe Mito in the back. Mito goes down, Severe immediately turns around. Nutty manages to knock out the commander, but Galil taps him because Nutty could not do a 3v1. Wombat needs to get out and engage. Galil double tapping Nutty with his handgun. But so far I've been seeing OPFOR doing a lot of good trades here. Going down 2 for 1, 3 for 1. CO just got a free hit on Lurch. Sanders has gone prone, but CO lines up a headshot and knocks Sanders out. BLUFOR has lost a lot of their manpower in this assault, and I think they just might not have enough to finish the objective.
Yeah, I think they've taken way too long. Look at the map. A lot of Red 4 has reconvened around the sector, and we also have a strike team coming in from the north, kind of making sure that there are no BLUFOR coming in from that north or northeast vector, rather. Meanwhile,
CO on 3 kills.
Sorry, not one person. Combat Wombat does have an AT stick, so if he's able to pull it out and fire it onto that MRAP, that could be a big asset taken out for BLUFOR. But they're going to be rolling away.
He's watching the doorway first. Wait, no, he goes for it. He's going to go for it. Shot in the ass. Sees that coax going to cover him. Hits the rear of the MRAP, but it was not effective because it hit the tire.
Yeah, I don't think that was effective at all.
Saint now fighting with Koak. Koak runs in.
Ooh, this could be the game changer, causing some discord in the back lines of Red 4.
And we just had the RPG-32 going and hit it by T4 Herb.
So
Boston still alive, AK Ghoster. Yep.
Yeah, Ghoster's still going, and if he switches to the gunner, he'll have a very fiery last stand, but that MRAP isn't going anywhere in this condition. If he turns that turret forward, vehicle forward actually, he could very easily clear out that objective, taking out Iowa, Smed, and Vonk. This isn't quite over.
OPFOR is going up, trying to make sure that everyone is downed in it, but if they realize they don't have access to the vehicle, they can just tell Herb to hit it with another piece of AT to kill it. As I say that,
ooh, yeah,
Ark just picked some dude off. He is now taking return fire, though.
Ghoster hops out and gets
He's tapped.
down by Wreck and Herb.
You've got Anderson. I knew he was still alive somewhere. He got up and he was tapping some dudes. I believe he just shot Galil.
And now Red 4 is actually, they're wrapping around BLUFOR.
Yep, they're finally finishing that clockwise attack.
Yep.
CO has already been getting started on it, though. He is on 4 kills now. When he started his wrapping around, he was only on 1. So he's about to get his 5th kill by double tapping Killinger.
Oh, maybe. You know, maybe if he, puts the bullets in him.
Well, pistols don't always kill with headshots. Ark gets double tapped by the garrison at the Sector 2 position itself, and now BLUFOR is down to about a fire team-sized element, still getting harassed by Platoon 1 HQ, AK Anderson, and they also have Martin on the battle tower. He just picked somebody off, and BLUFOR
Now down to BLUFOR.
is in trouble. They do have a medic, though, that can work on Mito and Severe, but...
Or Lifu, sorry, and Cash. Yeah, 4 people. I think they took too long. They stagnated hard on this final attack. They wanted to complete.
They tried another wraparound attack, but CO started attacking the northern flank immediately and was able to wrap up a lot of free kills. And then because BLUFOR wanted to try to take the tower instead of demo it, they lost quite a few guys to the tower itself, as well as the defenders in the tower, and that just whittled them down enough for OPFOR to be able to overpower the BLUFOR advance. Really good first round, if you ask me.
Absolutely. I'm almost disappointed that BLUFOR didn't do, like I mentioned, that kind of spearhead from the northeast when Red 4 was split about 50-50. And the fact that they didn't just allowed Red 4 to reconsolidate around the last sector and free up some space for a strike team to counterflank the flank.
You got to think about it this way. From Sector 1 to Sector 3... Oops, sorry, I was toggling through my game modes there. They did one strategy to... Hold up, sorry, I'm watching this breach. Lee now going in, knocking out Koak. The other guy was killed too, so that's good for BLUFOR. They need to get some free kills right now. But they did a full-on maneuver from Sector 1 to Sector 3, and it worked. So why not do the same thing? Because if it works, why change it?
Lifu and Nicole are both down.
Yep.
And actually, Lee is dead. Because I think one of them threw a bad frag.
Nice.
So
now BLUFOR is getting enveloped here. OPFOR doing some double taps on dudes in the tower that are already dead, just to be sure. And now it is up to Ketch and Nova Wolf because the third guy just bled out. And I will assume Anderson is running up to get some double taps here. And Ketch and Nova Wolf, I believe, yep, Nova's bandaging because he's hurt, and Ketch is busy looting bodies to see what can help him from his dead friends. I believe Anderson is going to shoot Ketch first, and then proceed to Nova Wolf. But Nova Wolf is going to get picked off by the garrison because he, yep, he was exposed. All right, Ketch, the PV2 versus the guy that literally runs NAF&F. David versus Goliath.
well,
Will the PV2 hear his footsteps? No! And is blown off, and that is GG.
He can wake up from his wounds. He can recover the nanites in his body.
He's dead.
Tap those battle eye hacks.
He's dead.
And reset his
Barb.
HL so that
He's dead.
pressure and heart rate are
Barb.
to normal. And
He's dead.
And that got
Barb.
And
He's dead.
I just don't want to believe it. But yeah,
Are you drinking again? I told you no angry juice for the rest of the night.
A, you didn't say that, and B, yes. But I'm taking it slower. I'm not listening to Malin when he says chug the fucking bottle of wine.